Yes! Welcome back. Hello, good people of podcast land. I am Token Squid Tony Price, your host. The I Am Damaged podcast is simply me reading my journals. This is how we start them all, right? I'm reading the words that are actually written in my journals in the events leading up to the corrupt Hennepin County Family Court system back in 2010. I am doing this because my youngest son told me that he would never read my journals. But if I wanted him to know what was in them, I had to put him in a format that he would pay attention to. This has been more than a year since I had any contact with my kids now, and I can't wait until the day when I have them in my life again. These journals demonstrate just how much they deserve to be in my life, and I deserve to be in theirs. These journals demonstrate just how much their mother lied. This podcast is a production of ToMack Entertainment. Any and all proceeds that come from this podcast will be donated to the Gold Star Ride Foundation, goldstarride.org. Be sure to like and follow us to learn everything that is in this podcast. It is deep. If you'd like a printed copy of the journals, it has been published into a book, and I'll be glad to send one to you. Just drop us an email and ask for it. There's the email address right there. A donation to the Gold Star Ride Foundation is appreciated. When we left you last time, we had just finished listening to the actual recording of a conversation that took place October 6, 2008. Today we start with the very next journal entry. October 7th, 2009. I'm sorry. It was October 6th, 2009. Not October 6th, 2008. 2009. Finally, time to write a little something. Tekla just fell asleep. Luke is at school until 2, and Anna is testing at the airport. I have been running like mad for several weeks. In that time, I took Anna to work whenever she wanted to go, Luke to school at 7:30, Tekla at 9:30, pick up Tekla at noon, pick up Luke at 2, Luke to karate, and try to find time to work on the movie, Facebook, dinner, house cleaning, laundry, and finding Anna a vehicle. Today is the last day of all of that. The internet is down today. We didn't pay the bill on time, so I'm working on the non-internet items I have. Today is the sun is shining, and I'll be taking down the trampoline today too, maybe later. In these last 2 weeks, I brought new beds for the kids. We found a dream house. I negotiated a $4,000 loan for Anna's car. I picked up a new customer or two. The new house is breathtakingly beautiful, about 4,500 square feet on the lake, not far from here. Anna loves it, and the price is $955,000. It's all new on the inside and has never been lived in since the remodel. We can only get it with cash, and I created a deal to get it using $50,000 of a movie to hold it until the rest of the money comes in. Of course, the $50,000 is non-refundable. I negotiated a deal to rewrite the movie as a play for radio, and it looks like we would start that as early as next week. We could have that done and start selling it equally soon, maybe a month or so. I purchased a 2002 Envoy for Anna yesterday. It has a few dents, so it was cheap. But Anna was very excited and happy last night, and this morning I haven't seen her so happy in years. Last week, I asked a customer who owed me about scanning documents into an editable file. They said sure, but they didn't know how long they were doing. I ended up with all the pictures and pages instead of documents. This inspired me to learn this trick, and I am nearly finished with the project myself. Of course, these documents are the cornerstone of fundraising for the movie. Not only must I get them to the PC, but also edit them to fit my project. I've decided the Tech Foundation will be selling the units to the movie, missing out on all taxes from state and federal government. Selling it would start next week. I met up with a fellow named Matt on Facebook. He's drawing some pictures for the movie and t-shirts. So far he's done 2 pictures, but we're moving in the right way. Yesterday, my new book arrived on the project of product placement. I can't wait to start reading it. I still have not started email campaigns, but I've started to get PayPal in line, and taking payments, t-shirts, downloads, and other stuff should go through PayPal. And now I'm off to get Luke. October 17th, 2009, Saturday, 10:45 a.m. I'm sitting outside in the lawn watching Tekla ride her trike. It's a chilly fall day, but the sun is shining. This makes the first time in my life I sat in the sun wearing a parka. The last 10 days have been interesting, if nothing else. 3 days ago, I was hit by a young girl who ran a red light, so my truck is nearly totaled. And I'm not sure what the insurance company will say, but it does have me concerned because Anna and I have only had insurance one time, and that only lasted a year. Anna's back to being fickle as ever. Her moods are all over the map. She was nice to me and generally happy for about 6 days after I got her envoy. But for the last couple days, she's been angry a lot. She changed her mind 3 times in one day when looking at potential careers, going from more hours as a flight attendant to starting a catering business to singing in a band. I actually stopped her in the conversation and explained that she needs to work on just one. I cited my help with Kelly, and I had just helped her find a new car because Kelly did not know what kind of car she wanted. As soon as we chose the car, she got one in one day after looking for 4 weeks. This didn't help much. I think it just gave her more to be mad about. She has been angry at the kids for dirty clothes on the floor, for not making their beds, for not eating the right foods, for eating too much. At one point, Luke asked me for canned spaghetti at the store. In anger, she bought it. At the dinner that night, which was last night, she had a pizza for us all and the spaghetti for Luke and Tekla, and they liked it. Then she got mad because they liked it. Then she read the label and found out it had no preservatives, no colors, and added vitamins. In short, it was good for them. Then she was mad at herself because her own pasta was not the same as the canned pasta. Last night she went to work and came back this morning. It was sort of nice to have the quiet. Right now I'm outside with the kids on this chilly day and she's inside. I think she is enjoying the quiet as well. Since my last entry, I still have not written the radio play. I still have not started the email campaign. Still do not have t-shirts ready. I did, however, find Tom G, a businessman who is perfect to help me raise the money for the movie. I still have not fixed up Devin and Jerry's laptops, but I think I'll go do that now. I met a guy on Facebook named Kyle who has some experience as a movie producer. Last night, he emailed me his love of the script. At midnight, it's a midnight entry. Just a quick note of how our day ended. After dinner, Anna took Tekla to the store for some needed groceries. I put Luke through the shower routine. She got home at nearly 10. Luke and I came down to help. When all the groceries were in, Luke put himself to bed, and I went up to say goodnight. When I came down, Tekla crawled onto my lap on the rocking chair with some fruit that Anna had given her. After she went up to say goodnight to Luke, she sat down on the couch and started yelling at Tekla about how she needed some me time. I interrupted her and reminded her that she had me time most of the day. Since I had the kids outside, then she got a 3-hour nap. Then she started yelling at me, saying it's not me time when she's asleep. We sort of went back and forth until I said, just stop bitching. You have got nothing to bitch about. Okay, let me say that again. Just stop bitching. You got nothing to bitch about. To which she said, quote, if you want me to stop saying frickin', then you stop saying the B word. Okay, now, 2.5 hours later, she still has not said another word. She just playing on her laptop watching doctor shows while I put Tekla to bed, rocked her to sleep, then took a shower. Now, I've said it would be boring if she and I were not so different. But it sure would be nice to be bored once in a while. This was pulled from Facebook on 10/18/09, October 18th. It was posted at 12:04 a.m. by Anna. In other words, just as this day that I just described ended, just as it ended, she posted this on Facebook. And here is me showing you what she posted. Basically, it says that she has an anger management problem. But I'll post it right here in the post-process editing. October 21st, 2009, Wednesday. The last 2 days have been very interesting. Yesterday, Luke came home from school, and I was upstairs working when Anna started screaming at Luke. When I came down, which I did very quickly, Luke was standing frozen in the kitchen while she was screaming at him. I put my hands on his shoulders and guided him to sit down in a chair. Then I asked her why she was screaming. It turned out Luke had chosen to drink some juice from an individual can instead of pouring a glass from the pitcher. I sat down with Luke and whispered to him that she was really mad at me, and she didn't mean it. Then we worked on his homework. After a spell, I went back upstairs, came down when Tekla came up to me to tell me it was time for dinner. Today, when I came down for breakfast after Anna let me sleep in, she and I had a very interesting talk about her personality. She asked, she asked what I thought was her strongest personality trait. Here we go. She asked what I thought was her strongest personality trait, which I said was a false confidence. She started talking about how that wasn't true, and I thanked her for proving my point. We went on at length to discuss her inability to make decision and stick to it, going from a desire to sing to starting a catering business to working for an airline to making menu items for Deb's Pizza Place all in a single week. After about an hour or more and discussing fear at length, its causes and effects, she started to cry. All in all, she loved me today. She was on the phone and Tekla was homesick when it came time to go get Luke. I carried Tekla down and ran out the door. All was well until dinner when we all sat down to eat. Luke started coughing until he threw up, and we excused him. Anna and I discussed her truest problem. She can't stand a messy home, but she despises the act of cleaning. Tekla was hard to please since she was sick, and while I was with Tekla upstairs, Anna discovered that Luke lied to her about whether he had homework to do, and she lost her temper. She said, yelling, that Luke would not be allowed to watch TV, play on his computer, or video games tomorrow. Luke often cries, so it was no surprise when he burst into tears. All this caused Tekla to wake up. She had fallen asleep in my arms, and I was compelled to talk with Anna about it. Then she was mad at me, and she screamed at me. She asked what I would suggest be his punishment. I said that I didn't know, but it should not be something that makes him hate her. I asked if she wanted Luke to treat her the way I treat my mother. She was still yelling, and she said, it doesn't matter. The kids will move out on their own when they're 17, and they'll be gone, and I'll be gone. I realized that she was gone now, and I was not able to talk to her anymore. So I walked away. I put the kids to sleep without her. When I came back downstairs, we watched TV in silence until she said it was my turn to wake up with Luke and take him to school. Now, I'm enjoying this time alone to write, and I'm thinking 2 steps forward, 1.5 steps backwards. Yesterday, I spoke with Kyle H. for 2.5 hours about making the movie. He's a very young man, but I think he can help me get this done. Today I called Tim G and to talk about his raising a team of money people. He said that he was playing the field, talking to people, and educating himself on how to do it. He would like one more week to discuss it. I also talked with Matthew from Facebook about the images. He sent me one, but to me, something was not quite right. I'm not sure what. Now, I don't like to go to bed, but I'm not sure what this means. But I do know, but I know it. So there's something. But I know my alarm will ring at 6:10, and it's now 1 a.m., and I'm not sure, as I once was, that I want to work more and more, as perhaps I don't want to lay down with Anna. But I do like the bed and my new pillow. Monday, October 26, 2009. Anna went to bed alone and mad about an hour ago. Oh, it's Monday night, October 26th. She has done this so much that it doesn't even faze me anymore. Yesterday was Sunday, and she went to work at about 11, but not until we actually engaged in sexual activity. She had sat down next to me and brought up something unrelated. Both kids were playing in the basement. Our foreplay was basically talking about body parts, and when she went up to shower, I followed her, and that was pretty cool. She actually kissed me on the mouth when she went to work, called me 3 times while she was gone, and kissed me on the mouth when she came home today. After taking Luke to school, I decided not to take Tekla because she was still sneezing up stuff, and I spilled my coffee when we came back to the house, and that was a sign, I think. I was actually losing my patience with Tekla, who didn't want to come inside. She sat down in defiance on the sidewalk, and I had to stop and compose myself. I told myself, this is a perfect example of how to control your thoughts and not fall victim to them, and it's good for Tekla, who is watching my every move. I took a deep breath, made some joke about the coffee, and started to laugh. Tekla did too, but it was a very difficult day. After calling Connie with Allstate, she said that she couldn't adjust the dollar amount, only Jeff could. He called an hour later and said he couldn't, only Bill could. Bill called an hour later and said he might if I could prove it was worth more. I called Sharif to ask him for records of fuel pump and brakes. Tomorrow will tell us for sure. Anna picked up Luke on her way home, and all was well and fine. We ate early. Actually, Tekla and I ate early. They stopped at McD real early, and we were all relaxing, waiting for bedtime, when Tekla accidentally hit Luke in the head. When she refused to apologize, she got a timeout on the steps. When she refused to sit quietly, she had to go to her room. That was about 7:30, and she fell asleep. Meanwhile, Luke was teasing Anna with the pillow designed to go between your knees. Anna took the pillow, and Luke was unstoppably sad. Quickly bedtime. Anna came upstairs and started to argue with Luke about using Listerine after brushing his teeth. Tekla had awakened, so I was rocking her in her room. I asked Anna to come in, and she barked, "I'm talking with Luke." And I said, "Excuse me, please come here." And then I asked her why she was arguing at bedtime. She said, "I've had enough." And she went downstairs without saying prayers or good night. My poor children have a mom who loves them, but she has no clue how to show them. I hope they grow up to get past it. Tekla asked for Anna, so I passed that information on, and she went upstairs for a minute. When she came down, we watched The Doctors, which I hate because it pushes fear. She actually scared into believing that she needs a flu shot now. After the TV show, she reminded me that I said something about her personality a couple of days ago. I reminded her it was 2 weeks. She made sure I knew she was mad, and when I asked her what she would like me to do. She said, apologize. So I said, I'm sorry. I'm a free-thinking person with opinions. And a few more words were exchanged. I told her it was an opinion and therefore mine, and that I was sorry I hurt her feelings. But she threw the remote to me and went to bed saying, I can't stand to be in the room with you. So she's asleep, and I'm going to work on my script. Wednesday, October 28th, 2009. Sitting at the chiropractic office, dropped Luke off at school and came straight here. Anna leaves today at 11 for a day trip and won't be home until 8 or so. Today is my last day with the rental car, so I'll have to take that back around 5:30. Yesterday was a strange day. I think my lack of sleep caught up to me. Anna was still mad at me, and she was talking with a county nurse when I left to meet Dave from the furniture store. He paid me $100, which came in handy. Then I picked up Luke and went home. A neighbor came to visit, actually came to get Luke and Anna. It came to get Luke, and Anna pulled her aside for a visit. During the visit, I told her about the movie, and family plans for Halloween and Thanksgiving were also discussed. I saw the time wrong, and we left to take Luke to karate a full 1 hour late. On coming home, we were over-hungry, so I agreed to pizza for dinner, and Tekla and me went to get it and a few other things like juice and water. After the pizza, Anna was still angry, but less angry. Luke had a problem with the girls down the road again, and Anna had a hard time letting go of the conversation. She was loud and redundant. When we were finished eating, I felt my arms become so weak I couldn't lift a fork. I managed to get myself up into my recliner and fell asleep. When it was bedtime for the kids, I got up to tuck them in and say the prayers. Then I fell asleep with Tekla until my phone rang about 9, when I went to my bed and slept until Tekla woke me up about 6:20. I feel better, and now it's a new day. I spoke with Matt today at length about selling products in the radio play. He will call me later with fee requirements to do the radio play. Time for adjustments. November 2nd, Monday, 2009. Sitting at the chiropractic office again. It was a very painful weekend. I'm not sure why, but it is. Luke has been in and out of the low-grade fever all weekend. No school, one more day. Anna's mood has brightened, although it's up and down too. On Friday the 30th, she was going to take Tekla to WIC for food, but I persuaded her not to by promising her $300. Of course, she wouldn't let me come home without that money that day. Stefan moved to a new apartment on Friday and Saturday as well. I helped all I could and quite possibly screwed up my back in the process. I know it hurts like crazy today. He lives only 10 minutes away from me now. I'm hoping I can see him more often. He has quietly said he might come by and help me with Luke and Tekla when Anna is away. That might be tested in the next day or so. Now my adjustment is done. I'm sitting at the Red Wing Library while I wait for an alignment on my truck. I hope it's to study directing while I'm here. Yesterday at Mass, Anna didn't go, kids stayed home, my bad back and me alone in the last pew. When the basket came around, I found the courage to fold up a $100 bill and throw it in. I think that was my first time. While there, I came to the idea that the Stalutech would produce the audio CD, making contributions tax deductible. This would make involvement easier. I also left my card with the men's club at the church, the idea to use the audio CD as a fundraiser for the churches. Whatever group needs to make money can use it. Also, I thought I could move ahead with printed stuff for sale, calling on Tim to print anything and everything on canvas, leather, etc., maybe even T-shirts. I'm not sure if any of these idea is worth $100, but that's what I got. My truck repairs last week cost $625, including the tow, and today's alignment will be $229. They just called it in. That's all. And that takes us to November 2009. We are looking forward to, we'll take off from here on the next edition. Welcome to season 2 of the I Am Damaged podcast. This was episode 1 in season 2, and we are looking forward to getting through all of these journals. And when we're done with the journals, remember, we have these boxes of court records that we can't wait to share with you. Remember to click the like and the add button, or however that goes. Follow, like, and follow. Yeah, click those buttons, and we will see you next time. Peace.